Um, is do you mind if I ask you?
No, you can ask me.
That's a fabulous answer. Okay, so thank you. So my question is, what do you think about the law that is in Alberta right now, is going to be in Manitoba, and soon to be in British Columbia, where someone trespassing onto a farm to expose animal abuse gets a $200,000 fine, and currently in Abbotsford there are people who may face fines or jail time for taking a photo of animal abuse due to neglect.
I think how we treat domestic animals and animals in the wild is a testament to us as human beings and the quality of life and the morality of life that we live under. There should be no penalty for anybody who exposes animal cruelty anywhere.
You're very wise. You're very smart. That is such a good answer. Thank you. That's perfect.
I tell you, I spent 6 days in a cage in front of the Vancouver Aquarium one time to oppose the captivity of whales and
Oh
dolphins.
my god. You're like my hero, dude. That's so cool. Yeah, no, I just got into this stuff. I just started learning about this stuff.
The aquarium had used to have orca whales, that they kidnapped from the wild, and for 20 years there was one whale called Bayosa.
Do you mind if I
Well,
Yeah, I would love to hear what you
the aquarium is one example of cruelty to animals. They used to kidnap orcas from the wild, take them from their families, and imprison them in a small concrete tank. Bayosa was one of the orcas who was in there for over 20 years, circling around and around and around in the aquarium, getting infections, and we had a campaign to stop the captivity of cetaceans. It took us 25 years, but we succeeded.
What do you think about the Vancouver Public Aquarium asking for government assistance when they don't pay rent due to an old legal case?
Well, they pay about $10,000 a year, I think, which is almost next to nothing. I suppose there's an educational function for the aquarium, as long as they don't imprison sentient beings like dolphins and penguins and marine mammals. But fortunately, because of public opinion, we have succeeded in phasing out the captivity of cetaceans in Canada. It took a lot of people perseverance and dedication to do it. Back in 1991, when we first staged a caged protest in front of the aquarium, that was when they went to capture about three beluga whales off of Churchill, Manitoba, and we stayed in the cage for 36 hours fasting, because these animals don't eat for 2 weeks after they were kidnapped and went into shock. And we didn't say who we were, we didn't give our names, we were just three Homo sapiens in empathy, in solidarity with these poor sentient beings that were kidnapped by the aquarium. Then in 1999 we repeated the cage protest, but this time we stayed in there for 6 days and nights to let people know that keeping an orca in captivity is no different than keeping an innocent human being in prison.
What do you think about a term like see, right now in the animal liberation movement, there is this old conflict where some people think that the word Holocaust is too extreme to and disrespectful to describe what is happening to other animals in the animal agriculture industry and factory farms. So would a word like personally, or I'll tell you in a minute, but okay, well, I'll tell you anyways. Personally, I think that these words exist because they resemble what's happening. And there are, like, I've seen penguins that are gay. I've seen gorillas that go to war, and I've seen these whales that they try to drown themselves and commit suicide. But apparently, some people are a little sensitive towards it, and they think it's disrespectful to actual victims of suicide that are human beings. What would be your take on these words that are very offensive to describe what animals are going through? Would you say that it's the same, or would you say that it's not the same? Like, for instance, like kill or butcher, it's like two different things. Like, you kill animals, but you slaughter. I mean, you murder humans and you slaughter animals. Things like that, like euphemisms. What do you think?
These are all manifestations of human insanity, and casualties of a capitalist mindset that puts a profit on top of all life. Whether we clear-cut forests or decimate species or slaughter human beings. It's all a deranged mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I personally would not use the word Holocaust to describe what we're doing to other animals, just because, well, my grandparents died in the gas chambers of Auschwitz, so it's, to me, that term has a special meaning.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly the extinction of species, the massive extinction of species by humans, is an equal crime to the Holocaust of a whole people.
I think I understand. And personally, I think that the reason it would be an insult is because in the time we live in, the world is not ready to accept animals as being sentient. So when you refer to someone as being an animal, it's like they are less than human. When in reality, I mean, we're all equal, and it shouldn't be an insult to call someone a pig or a cow, because they're not filthy. We just treat them like that. But oh shoot, I forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry. I just enjoy talking to you. I was gonna say something. I think it's offensive because if you say that what happened to them is a Holocaust and what happened to them is a Holocaust, then it's like you're saying, like, so what? We're just like animals. Like, come on, this is something special. This is something significant. And personally, I do think that since people value people more than it is, anyways, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Maybe I'm not making sense, but I'm trying to say, like, you said it better. I don't know.
I just think that we don't need to use the same term for both the industrial murder of millions of human beings, like against the Jews or the Gypsies or the homosexuals or
mentally challenged people were in there. Yeah.
People, or what happened in Rwanda. There's many examples of
millions
human
yeah.
Grotesque behavior, insane, sociopathic behavior part of
certainly. Yeah.
At the same time, we need to stand up to protect other animals and other sentient beings with whom we share the planet. Because if we don't, we're doomed as a species anyhow. When we kill off other species, we're killing the very foundations of life, nature's capacity to sustain life. And it's easier to destroy the balance of nature than to restore it.
If I may ask, if you were to have an option of being the last person on Earth and all people just disappeared, or being the last species on Earth where all humans are fine and well, but all animals disappear. What scenario would you rather be alive in? A world with no other animals or a world with no humans?
It's an interesting question, but it's not one that I would really want to.
It was just for fun, really. It was just for fun because
It describes a horrendous scenario.
Yes.
Either way, so I don't know if it'd be worthwhile to just remain alive under either conditions.
I think I have not reached that maturity yet. I was just thinking about how sad the world would be if animals wouldn't be around, and I'm sure you agree. It would lose its magic. It would.
Yeah, it'd be sad if the humans weren't around as well. I mean,
Yes.
humans are capable of
Yes, they're
such
beautiful. Yeah.
magnificent creativity and love and altruism and caring. And that's the paradox of humanity, that we're able to slaughter and create holocausts and drive other species to extinction, and at the same time we can produce beautiful music and paintings and literature and do acts of amazing altruism. By the way, other animals do altruistic acts as well. You know.
I have heard of pigs that are being liberated that, when leaving, actually try to rescue the other pigs and open up their cages.
When there's a book called When Elephants Weep. Have you seen that book?
I'll definitely check it out.
They describe a scene where a baby rhino is stuck in quicksand, and the mother rhino is not able to save it, and an elephant goes and pulls the baby rhino out of the quicksand. This was witnessed by somebody. You know.
Beautiful.
So there's more that we don't know about other species than what we do know, but increasingly humans are realizing that there's a lot more sentient beings in the world than just human beings.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's beautiful.